Hello, you're welcome again to Relationship Talk with Nike on Relationship Unfeigned. It is called Relationship Unfeigned simply because we don't embellish the truth and we don't sugarcoat the truth. We just say it as it is. And so if you are interested in moving your relationship from where it is presently to that relationship of your dreams, then you are welcome to Relationship of Your Dreams, because in the process you will be equipped with skills that will help you to build the intimacy that you have always desired. And like I used to say that it is not those social media intimacy, it is real and true intimacy that you will build in the process. I'm feeling very fine today. My daughter helped me to do my edges, so I need to show you that edge, so that you can know that I'm coming up. So today we are going to talk about we're going to do our part 2 of our negative emotions. We've been talking about a lot about emotions, and if you have been following, don't forget all the sound that you're hearing outside. This is us, this is Nigeria, so you know that things like that happen in Nigeria. But we've been talking about negative emotions so that, because if we allow them, they're going to introduce negative emotions into this video, and we don't want them to introduce negative emotions into this video. So last time we talked about anger, and I thought we were going to be able to pick these emotions too, but it's proving to be a bit difficult. So today we are going to talk about fear. Why do we experience that negative emotion of fear? Why do we experience fear? Fear happens in all of us to protect us. Sometimes it protects us from danger. Sometimes it protects us from shame. Sometimes it protects us from embarrassment. Whatever it is, fear has been put in all of us as a guide, and we need to pay attention to anything that makes you afraid, and you need to question, why am I afraid? And so let us delve into it. The negative emotion of fear sometimes is a pointer that you are not well prepared, and is trying to tell you that if you don't prepare, you are going to be embarrassed. So for instance, if you are supposed to be you are supposed to have a presentation somewhere, or you want to write your exams or something, the natural thing that happens 2 days to 1 week to is that you begin to experience a lot of fear. You are unsettled, and what that fear has come to tell you is that you are going to face embarrassment if you are not careful. If you don't begin to prepare now, you are going to face embarrassment, a very serious one. And like in those days when they draw ours, zero with ears and everything, that this is going to be your portion, especially for Christians, especially when you not try to pray it away. It will not happen to me. That thing will continue to be there. For me, my tummy under begins to shake as if something is happening. And what that emotion is trying to tell you is that you are unprepared, and if you don't prepare, there is embarrassment lurking in the corner. So sometimes when fear arises, it's not the time to just say that I bind you or anything. It is time to pay attention to it. What is it trying to tell me? And there are times that fear comes to protect as well. When you suddenly feel fear, there's something that is telling, something on the inside of you is unsettled. And if you sit down, like I said, emotions comes in surges, and you are the one that needs to sit down and untangle them so that you know what this particular emotion is trying to tell you. There are times that we feel fear simply because there is danger lurking somewhere around, and fear is telling you that something is not right. And you also need to be able to interpret that, so that you know that there are times that even with people that you have always loved, people that you have always trusted, something just tells you that this particular time you are afraid of something. It is not the time to begin to act stupidly, or maybe sometimes you begin to be overly suspicious of people. But I think it is time to sit down. Why exactly do I feel this way? And be able to unravel it. Like I said, negative emotions are not all negative. They come to do a particular work in us, and you need to find out what work has this particular emotion come to do in my life, so that you'll be able to properly discern and prepare. Like for instance, if your fear is telling you that you need to prepare, that there's impending embarrassment for you, please prepare. I have learned that anytime I don't prepare well enough, there's a fear and unsettling that I feel, and I've learned to pay attention to it. So anytime, I don't want to be overconfident about anything, so I try to, as much as possible, prepare for whatever it is that I'm supposed to prepare for, and it's a pointer to me that there's something that I need to prepare for. And there are times that when I sense danger, I sit down and I try to find out. And one good thing for anybody that is a bit spiritual is that even if you don't understand it, at least you can pray about it, that whatever it is, I don't get it, but I know that I feel a particular kind of fear of danger somewhere, and please, God, protect me, which is good. Whatever God you believe in, which is also a good thing. And there are also times that if you don't pay attention to your fear, I don't want to go into the different kind of fears, fear situation that we can have. We know how you experience fear, so you'll be able to unravel that. But one thing that I also want us to know is that if you don't handle fear properly, it makes you act irrationally. It makes you act irrationally. You need to be able to understand fear, interpret fear, and be able to respond to it properly. Because if you entertain undue fear, you act irrationally, and that is why people will be wondering what is wrong with this person, and you become a social misfit that people want to run away from, simply because you don't know how to handle the emotion of fear. So you see, we see a lot of people acting out in fear, and until we know what they are afraid of before their actions make sense. For instance, if you see, like for the longest time in my life, anytime I see dog, and I don't know whether I have fully overcome it, but anytime I see a dog, the way I act becomes, I begin to act irrational. Take the dog away, this, that, and until you understand that this person has been bitten by a dog before, it feels like it is irrational until you understand it. So I'm going to be going into understanding background fears later, but for today I just need you to know that fear has come to point you in a particular direction. Do you understand the direction it is pointing you to, especially in your relationship as well? When you feel fear that my partner is not talking to me again, my partner is getting busier than I think he should, is that fear? Is it something that I should entertain? Is it that I feel like he's having an affair, or do I think that I'm becoming old and probably is having younger interest especially for ladies, or do I think that whatever, is it that it's too busy for me? Am I not as attractive as I used to be? If you don't interpret your fears, you would act irrationally. And so for today, let us pause there and just think about it. How am I acting in my relationship that is primarily out of fear? And do I understand what the fear is? And can I understand it and interpret it in such a way that I will be able to act better? So next time that you feel a particular fear, ask yourself. And if you need clarification, like I said, it is there. Once you feel that way, sometimes it's because you need clarification about something. Sometimes you need to ask questions. Sometimes you need to be able to know that this fear is always has a reason. It's a pointer to something, and you need to understand that thing. And so even if it is, and most likely, especially, I need to say this before I go, sometimes fear also comes from false those false belief system that we have. And so if you are afraid of something because of the wrong belief system that you have, I think it's also time to talk about it so that somebody can correct those bad impressions and assumptions that you have worked with over time. So until I come your way next time, my name is Nikki Adekunle, and if this has been beneficial to you, please like our videos, share our videos, and also subscribe to our channel. And until I come your way, I'm Nikki Adekunle, and I'm signing up.